Hey there, how's it going? Anything new? Did I miss anything? Um, okay, well, it's apparent to me that it is clearly unavoidable that it's my birthday, and I have to say thank you to everybody. Hi, Dan, for all the well wishes. No matter how hard I tried to lay low, it was just not going to happen today. Um, do know that if you sent me a message or a comment or a wish or something, thanks, Dan. Well, I do try to drink as much of children's blood as possible to make that happen. Um, and if I haven't gotten back to you yet, it's just because repetitive motion injury, I did the best I could. But yeah, so just know that thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I am super, super lucky to know so many very thoughtful people. Yes. The blood of children is my preferred sustenance, typically. Because Botox is expensive. Hey, PJ, I got your card today. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. Way above and beyond. Thank you. Appreciate it. Also, how are you driving next to the beach all the time now? Is that just the route? Are you always driving by the beach, or did you just now just start taking pictures of it? Although I suppose if I had to drive for a living, I'd rather drive 101 than what would be the option? 880? Hi, Justine. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, clearly I didn't get what I wanted for my birthday. So it's been a muted celebration to say the least. But I gotta be honest, I really don't do much for my birthday in general. Even on my 50th, like I didn't do a party or anything. I actually like left everyone. Everyone's like, "What are you doing for your 50th birthday?" And I was like, "I'm going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction." And they were like, "Really? Who are you going with?" And I was like, "Nobody." But it was awesome. And then I ended up running into friends while I was out there. I mean, come on. If the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony uh happens to be on your 50th birthday and Judas Priest is being inducted and Duran Duran was being inducted and Pat Benatar, I mean, it was just like a must attend event. So it's totally worth it. And I'll be honest, I planned on going as soon as it was announced. And I threw it out there to a lot of people who are typically like my partners in travel crime, and everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't think I can. I don't win it." And I was like, "You know what? I'm not putting the fate of my 50th in your hands. Counting on myself on this one." And that's what I had to do. Um and it was awesome. And honestly, that's still just like the best thing. Hey, Davey. Nice. Thank you. um does that mean I have to bathe? Because honestly, I'm not in the mood. It's not happening. uh yeah, so hey, sweetheart. Thank you. It's weird to see that name. I almost said it out loud. I don't have to buy myself a martini, Justine. I can make myself a martini. I know how to bartend. That's what I did last night. Um, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, and you know what's funny too is it turns out it would have been really hard for me to get somebody into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies with me because that was the first one they had in Los Angeles in ever. And the place was small and just a sponge bath. Gin, Dan. I'm not opposed to a vodka martini, but I am partial to a gin martini. Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite martinis is called the Vesper, and it's the James Bond drink. And apparently the liqueur that you originally that's in the book that they made it with um is not made anymore. But there are like substitute liqueurs and hi chew. And so those substitute liqueurs make what we anticipate tastes exactly the same as the drink for the most part. And that drink is actually gin and vodka in a martini glass with a little bit of this Lillet Blanc. That's the one I choose to use it with. Comes out great. Hi, Red. Yeah, right. Oh, thanks, Eddie. I don't know who started this hilarious rumor that I am 28, but good on you. Considering that my 50th was a couple years ago, I don't see how far that's going to go. How dry is it? I mean, I don't know. The recipe's in the book. Um, the recipe came from the James Bond book, so you can look it up. That's what I do before I make it. I look it up just to make sure I've got the portions correct. But it's basically a half-half of gin and vodka, and it's garnished with a lemon twist and then the Lillet Blanc. And that's basically it. So it's a very strong, very delicious drink. And I think it's awesome. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Rachel. All month long, you get to go to oh, wow, that's awesome, PJ. When you're in Half Moon Bay, you should stop by Sam's Chowder House and get some clam chowder. It's fucking delightful there. Cornette, hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Mwah. Love you. Oh, Justine, I didn't know it either. Don't feel bad. I did not know it at all until somebody pointed it out to me. But then once I had it, I had to have it forever. But the funny thing is, if you order it from a bartender, every once in a while, a bartender will lie about knowing how to make it. And then they'll basically give you like a disgusting glass of gin with a twist. And it's happened to me before. And it's happened to my best friend who like made the drink for me the first time as well. And one time, one guy looked me dead in the eye and was like, "We don't have the ingredients." And I was like, "Yeah, you do. I'm looking at them from here." And he was like, "Oh, okay. I just don't know how to make it." Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. Hi, Robbie. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Yeah, Half Moon Bay is pretty awesome, Dan. It really is. I miss you, Cornette. Uh, is she having a party? She didn't tell me she was having a party. I know on her birthday I have a thing that I can't get out of. Is she doing a thing on the actual day? Oh, nice. Yeah, PG, I think there's enough room for you to pull over and park at the jetty on the side of the road there. Hi, Kyle. Why am I on so late? Well, I was a little bit busy, and right when I was about to go on, somebody else here from the station came in to talk to me, and I didn't want to rush them out and be like, "Hey, fuck off! I got to do a live stream right now." Um, so yeah, so a couple of things kind of stacked it up. Hi, Kyle. Thank you. Oh, it's a get together. Is it on the 16th? Because I can't on the 16th. That sucks. I'm sorry, honey. Hey Ed, we were talking about the Vesper. It's the James Bond cocktail. Um, God, what I can't remember which book it's in. Moonraker. Um, thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it. That sounds like an interesting cake, Dan. Um, thanks, Nicholas. Thanks, Max. Appreciate it, guys. You know, the one thing that is easier about this is that I don't have to type thank you or click a like or whatever on it. It does save me that. There you go. Louis right. It's Casino Royale. I couldn't remember which one it was. But yeah. So, but you can just Google it. Vesper, James Bond cocktail recipe. It'll come up. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it. No, Ed, there's gin in it as well. It's gin and vodka and Lillet. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. Oh, but you know what else was funny is when I was going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction and I couldn't find anybody to go with me or commit to going with me. Then when even when I decided I was going by myself, I couldn't get in. I couldn't get tickets. I was like asking around. I'm like, hey, who do I know that can get me into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction? And I was like asking people left and right. And I was like putting like feelers out on the internet for people I might know. And then finally I had to just be like, I had to ask the boss. Cause at the time I was working for Jackson Brown. And I was like, hey, Jackson, I'm pretty sure you know a guy. Can you help me get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony? And management was like, yeah, we think we can help you out with that. So they got me a ticket and I had amazing seats. And then I'm not going to lie, I got just a little starstruck at myself because I had to go to a separate special place to pick up the tickets. They didn't mail them or anything. And the place was like at some hotel ballroom like the day before, but it wasn't in a ballroom. It was in like a suite. They're like, it was super sketch. It felt hella sketch, right? It's like, go to this hotel where you're not staying and then get in this elevator, not that elevator, this elevator, and then go up to this floor and then find this room. But then there was somebody there and they had they had like a couple different boxes of envelopes. And when I gave them my ID and it came back to me, they gave me the envelope and it said, Nikki Blakk, Jackson Brown's road manager. And I was all, I'm important. You guys, I am fame adjacent right now. It was very cool. After that, like all the rest of the birthdays are like, it's just another day. Oh, thank you, Christopher. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, Mr. Brown knows a guy, you know what I'm saying? He knows all the guys. It's funny because we ended a tour in Cleveland and there was some kind of, I don't even know what I think it was an overfilled flight and they were asking people to give up their flight and it was the end of the tour. So I had a flight home and there was nothing important going on the next day or two because you never want to book anything for the day or two after you get home from tour anyway. You needed to like just sleep and decompress and not deal with shit. And so they were asking for volunteers and I ended up giving up my spot on the flight and they gave me like $1,000. Not even $1,000 airline credit. It was like $1,000 in like Amex gift cards. Like that shit was like cash. And so I was like, oh yeah, no problem. I could hang out in Cleveland for a little while. And I had a first class ticket too. So like I could just hang out in the first class lounge if I wanted to. But I was like, I'm in Cleveland. And they were like, yeah, we could put you on another flight and still keep your first class ticket. And you could leave in like 2 hours or whatever it was. And I was like, huh. I go, how many options do I have? And they were like, well, you've got a flight in 2 hours we could put you on, or you've got a flight in 4 hours that we could put you on. I was like, put me on that flight in 4 hours. I'm going to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. And that's what I did. So they put me on another flight, gave me $1,000, and I hopped in an Uber because my luggage was already checked. And I hopped in an Uber and I bolted, and I didn't have any carry-on. So I left and went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum and checked it all out. And I found Jackson. They've got like all these bricks of like the inductees for the different years. And I found Jackson on the wall. And at the time I wasn't telling anybody who I was working for on the road because I just didn't want a bunch of Jackson Brown fans going, oh my God, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you, you know, kind of thing. Can you give me tickets? Can I meet him? Because nope, we were locked the fuck down because it was still too close to the pandemic. So I just didn't want people calling me and asking for tickets and stuff. So I wouldn't tell anybody who I was working for. But when I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum, I took pictures and I was like, so for people trying to guess who I'm working for, the name is somewhere on this wall. That was kind of a dick move. That was fun though. Hey, Jimmy. Oh gosh, did I miss how much did I miss? What did I miss? Ah, thank you, Kelly. Hey, Cornette, what am I doing after work? I'm gonna go home and go to bed early. I might go to Q Bar. There's a soft opening of Q Bar this weekend. But I'll probably save that for tomorrow. Hey, Jimmy. Oh, thanks, Red. I mean, it's cute, but no. I've never been like secret ballroom to pick up the tickets famous, all right? That was some shit, dude. Thanks, Dan. Oh, thanks, Justine. No, I don't yeah. It's totally fine. It's just that like it was a little weird to be that close to like legends. You know what I mean? Thanks, John. Yeah, who doesn't need $1,000, Dan? I don't know anybody that's gonna, walk past it. Except here's the thing, right? They were asking for volunteers and no one would volunteer. And initially they weren't offering $1,000. I think they were offering like 200 or some shit, but I was like, whatever, I'm here. And they were like, okay, great. You're willing to volunteer. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And they're like, okay. And we're going to give you, and they're like, well, I forget what they told me how much it was, but it wasn't that much. And I was like, cool. And they're like, you have a first class ticket, right? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, okay. And they're like, but we can't guarantee that you'll get first class when we rebook you. And I was like, yeah, but you're giving me some flight credit, right? And she was like, I like where your head's at. And I was like, cool. And she goes, actually, it's not flight credit, it's cash. And I was like, even better. I go, you can fly me back in the toilet for all I care. I'll take the money. I was like, clearly my boss pays for these flights. I don't. And they were like, okay. And then no one else would give up their seat on this plane. It was weird. They were like calling it over and over and over, and people were not giving it up. And I was just like, do they know something I don't know? But eventually they finally found one other person to give up their flight, and that's all they needed. And then, but what would happen was because nobody was volunteering, they kept raising the amount. And so by the time this other woman like came up and volunteered to give up her seat, the total was at $1,000. And I was like, wow, I should have held out. And the girl was like, oh, no. We're giving you $1,000 too, because we appreciate you. And I was like, and I appreciate you. And she was like, and I'm making sure you're flying first class the whole way back. And I was like, we get each other. It worked out really well. Plus, I got to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum without ever having to go back to Cleveland. Oh, wow, John, that's cool. I would love to share a flight with Santana. Carlos is the nicest man on the planet. I got to be honest. One time I was in the dressing room at the Fillmore and he was hanging out in there by himself. And I just went into like, I don't know what I was doing. I was moving some stuff or bringing in some stuff or whatever. And he's like, hey. And I'm like, Carlos, how are you? Do you need anything? Can I get you anything? How are you doing? He's like, I'm good. How are you? Like, he's that guy who will always care how you feel, even if he doesn't fucking know you. Like, he's just super sweet. And I was like, I'm good too. What's up? And he's like, check this out. You got to listen to this. And I was like, okay. And he's like, come dance with me. And I'm like, all right, Carlos, we dancing. He's like, listen to this song. And I was like, okay. And he's like, now sing it with me. And I was like, I can't sing, Carlos. He's like, you can sing. We can all sing, girl. We all sing from the heart. And that's all that matters. And I was just like, nobody is ever going to believe this happened. I was like, because, I couldn't just be like, let me get my phone out, Carlos, and do this. But yeah, that happened. It was crazy. And we hung out. We hung out in the dressing room until it got awkward. Like, and then past the time it got awkward. I mean, it was like 20 minutes. We were like hanging out, listening to music and dancing and singing and chatting. Some cool shit has happened to me, you guys. So I get you, John. I know what it's like to have Carlos Santana in the room and he just makes everyone feel special. Everyone. He's a cool dude. Thanks, Terry. Dan, if I had a birthday party, what would be my theme? I wouldn't give a shit. I gotta be honest. I don't know. Themes are either natural or not. Like the theme would have to mean something more than just my birthday. And I would have to be picking a theme that had something to do with something else, You know it, Cornette. Love you. Hey, Tony. Thank you, Terry. Oh yeah, Sharon, you know what though? We got nothing to do with that. And honestly, the funny thing is that the name comes from a sister station of ours that is more of like an alternative station. I think you can tell by the bands that are playing, right? It's like All American Rejects and Bush and Smashing Pumpkins and stuff like that. It's coming from a station that I'm pretty sure does not know Twisted Sister has a Christmas album. But you know what? I don't know what we're going to do for Christmas, if we're going to do any music stuff, because I feel like we're the not going to play Christmas music station. Because I don't think people want Christmas music from us. I think if they're going to listen to Christmas music, they're going to go to the Christmas station, and I think everybody's going to be sick and tired of Christmas music, and they're going to be like, oh my God, I'd never want to hear AC/DC so much in my life. But all of that is up to Chasta. And what she might decide to do is she might decide to just do Christmas, like rockin' Christmas songs, but like on Christmas Day, or she might decide to sprinkle Christmas songs throughout the week or the month. She's done both of those things before in the past, I believe, if I remember correctly. So it'll be a Christmas surprise to see what ends up happening music-wise with us for the holiday. Hey, Scott. Tracy, what did I love best about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Oh, well, the Ramones stuff. I loved occasionally going through, like there was a Fillmore exhibit. I loved occasionally going through and being like, I know him. I know her, stuff like that. But I'll be honest, apparently they only display a very small amount of what they have, and then they change it out because they're trying to get people to fly out there more often and go to the museum. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I saw it. What did I love best? I don't know. Where's my phone? Let me see. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. My phone has been on D&D all day because I just couldn't function. And I have more than 50 messages to return, and I just can't right now. I'm looking for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? That should be easy because I don't think I've got anything else in Cleveland. All right. Oh, it's pulling up stuff that has the word Cleveland in it. Eddie Van Halen stuff. Right? I mean, it's all just like tons and tons of like legendary people's stuff. So, hey, teacher, no food or drink beyond this point. That was very cool. They had a lot of the Wall tour. You know how the Wall tour only played what, like 2 concerts or like 2 locations and 4 concerts or something like that. They had a lot of the props from that concert tour were on display. And That was very cool. And they're ginormous, right? They're just like hanging in hallways as you go upstairs and stuff. Like here, you can see it hanging above the escalator. So that was very cool. Let's see. Oh, here's the inductee class that from the year that I was about to go to. So that's everybody that went in that year. Janet Jackson was there. She did the induction for Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and she had the weirdest hair. So that was kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, what is that? There's the outside. It looks like that. Oh, Santana. Fillmore West poster. The Ramones. Plus, I only had like an hour and a half. So I was kind of running through there real quick and just being like, oh, better take a quick photo here, quick photo there. Oh, is this Janet? Is this Janis Joplin's? What is this? Ah, it is Janis Joplin's. Janis Joplin's stage suit. At any rate, it was cool. Charles, you met Clint Eastwood and Brendan Small at the music shop together? I don't see them hanging out. I quit going to NAMM a long time ago. It kind of lost its luster for me. Thanks, Stephanie. Love you, Steph. Apparently, there's a party I can't go to on the 16th. I'm sorry. I don't know if anybody remembers. I thought I was taking my mom to see my nephew in a play last Saturday, and it turns out it was not last Saturday. It was on Saturday the 16th. So, sorry. Thanks, Umberto. Appreciate it. You would want a steampunk party for your birthday, Dan? Sounds expensive. That's the other thing, right? I wouldn't want to spend a bunch of money on a theme. I'd rather spend that money on like expensive alcohol and marzipan or whatever else is for dessert. Merkins is all I need for Christmas. You're not wrong, PJ. I do need to work that into my schedule because I think it's going to be awesome. Thanks, Christina. Appreciate it. You don't want to fight with anyone again? What? I don't know what you mean, Christina. Who are we fighting with? I'm confused. Just play Cheech and Chong Santa Claus. Huh. Baby Huey in a Santa hat. Oh, I'm sure we will definitely have Baby Huey in a Santa hat at some point. Thanks, Shireen. How many times are you going to do it? Hey, John, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, I haven't seen you out lately. You doing okay? I expected to run into you a lot more in the last couple of weeks than I have, which has been 0, actually. Hey, Eric. Thank you. I don't know that I'm Jedi Master material, but I'm definitely on the dark side. I also do have a couple of pretty cool lightsabers, so maybe. Thanks, Charles. Hey, Gwen. Love you. We had some fun this last couple of weeks. Didn't you expect to see John Rias at a show? Where's he been? Thank you, Corey. You remember Carlos wearing that green jacket? Really? You're better than I am. You're an hour and a half away, but you've only been there as a tourist from Oakland. Oh, well. I mean, honestly, Andy, I wouldn't, if I hadn't been literally in Cleveland with them paying me to not fly out of Cleveland, I would not have gone. Oh, separate times. Okay. Yeah. Cause I don't see Brendan Small and Clint Eastwood hanging out. I do love me some Brendan though. He is rad. I have interviews with him if you haven't seen him on my YouTube page. I know, Steph. I'm bummed. I totally would love to have seen you guys, but I got to drive to Fairfield, pick my mom up, take her to Pacifica, go to the play. And then there's like this Soundwaves TV filming that I got to go to. And then in San Carlos, and then I go back to Pacifica, pick my mom up, and then take her back to Fairfield, and then drive home to Concord. And at that point, I might not even make it all the way home. I might just sleep at my mom's. Who are we kidding? I'm making it home. But yeah. Oh, Gwen, give Kay a big hug from me. I still have your mom's dip recipe, and it is the best. I should make that. I think I have all the things. It's like garlic, soy, peanut butter. I got ginger. Yeah, I think I have everything to make it. Ooh, I got to go get that. Aw. Well, cheers, Gwen, and give Kay a big hug from me. I wish I could run into her in the hair salon again soon. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate it. Marlon, for your last birthday, you got a chocolate cake and chocolate chip ice cream all for you and a little whiskey. Well, fortunately, I don't deprive myself on a regular basis. So if I wanted to, I could get myself a cake. But I have these pears at home. And I keep thinking I'm going to make poached pears. Like, that's the thing that I want. Poached pears with, like, whipped cream. I just haven't felt like cooking this week. And I was going to cook them on Monday when I had that day off. But then I got sick. I took a back pain pill and then got sick the whole rest of the day. So I haven't really been super hungry the rest of the week. My stomach's still kind of, like, flip-flopping a bit. And then also, I was nauseated after the election almost permanently. So there's that. Mike, yesterday with John. What does that mean? Yesterday with John who? Oh, were you talking about the Trumpist, John? He does that shit all the time. Well, he used to do it all the time, but now he does it once in a while, but I'm used to it. Ain't no thing. Yesterday's conversation that got heated with the Trump lover. Comments were deleted by Facebook? Oh. You're right. I guess comments, I had no idea comments were deleted by Facebook, Christina. Yeah, well, fuck them. You met Amy O'Neill, who was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. I don't know who that is. I mean, I'm familiar with the movie. I know Rick Moranis, but yeah, sorry. Amy O'Neill sounds like the name of the reporter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Am I off there? Thanks, Amy. Appreciate it. Hi, Lise. Lise, you didn't tell me you were doing a thing on the 16th. I must have told you I was busy before you told me you were doing the thing. And so now I find out I can't make it to the thing and I feel bad. I'm sorry. I love you. Oh, thanks, Marlon. Oh, God, I'm sorry, Andy. It is tough out there. Just know that I'm sure there's an underground. There always is. I mean, I could tell you right now, I went to a gay bar in Indiana in the 90s. So, there's always an underground everywhere, no matter how deep in territory you might be. And frankly, might not be a bad idea to start establishing an underground railroad because who knows how bad it's going to get. Oh, Lewis Irish coffee is one of my favorite things. Ooh, I should have done that. I don't have time though. I mean, I can't Irish up on a work day, you know what I'm saying? It's frowned upon. Um, Hang on a second, guys. What is going on over here? Hmm. It's the Bay Area's own Green Day on the Rock of the Bay. I'm Nikki Blakk, and you know, Green Day recently celebrating the 20th anniversary of American Idiot, but the 30th anniversary of Dookie, did a Dookie Deconstructed project where they remixed songs from the album into weird things like a Teddy Ruxpin and an electric toothbrush and so on and so forth. And now there's a band out there who claim that the idea was stolen from them, and they are a little bit miffed about it. The band is called Belushi Speedball, and they have released their new single, which is titled This Is the Peak, on a piece of dog poo. Yeah, they have demixed. I don't even know how to call it. Demastered it into a resin dish with dog poo where you can listen to the song. Yeah, it's up now as one of one. Fortunately, it's not being mass produced on eBay. And if you want to check it out, well, I'll tell you what, I'll try and pop this up on the socials for you because it really does need to be seen to be believed. Yeah, okay. I need to. Whatever. Okay. Okay, we're back. You've never had you've never had a poached pear? They're delightful. They are super delightful. Or grilled pineapple with brown sugar and cinnamon. That sounds awesome, Amy, but what I have at home right now are pears. So whatever it is, it's going to be pears if I make it. I don't know. Oh yeah, Mike, I do. I recall now. Yeah, you know what? And you know, honestly, I said that word a few times, and I'm sorry that I did. I was a little bit hangry. I probably shouldn't have used it. Not going to use it again. And if anybody did hear me use a word that was crazy offensive to certain segments of the population, not Trumpists, I don't care what they think, but to marginalized segments of the population, I may have combined Trump's name with a word that was inappropriate as an insult. And I am sorry for that because I really didn't want to do that. And brain was working on fumes yesterday, and I may have like said it a few times. So sorry about that. I think we can all be better in the future, including myself. Thanks, Eric. Hi, Rodney. Thank you, Justin. April O'Neil, right, Dan? That was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reporter. Okay. Oh, Justin, I don't want to live to be 100, honey. No, sir. You remember Teddy Ruxpin? I remember a Teddy Ruxpin, but I never had one because they just, I don't know. I don't like the idea of a stuffed animal that's supposed to be soft and cuddly, but with like a hard shell in the middle for where the cassette player went. Like, a Mexican lollipop drink, tequila, watermelon pucker, mango puree, and lemon juice. Oh, Amy, that sounds like a headache waiting to happen. Sounds delicious, but also sounds like something you could have like just this much of. And Tabasco. What? No, Tabasco is like the Walmart of hot sauces, Amy. I can't do Tabasco. Nope. At least get reds, right? Like something like Tabasco is basically just like the generic hot sauce these days. I can't. Red, you always wanted a Reuben just to play something evil. Oh, a Ruxpin just to play something evil in it. But now you'd have to find a cassette because I think those were all cassette players. I don't think they make them with digital, right? Plus now you can digitize anything. Justine, you got a Cabbage Patch doll for Christmas? Lucky. I remember when Cabbage Patch Kids were all the rage. You had a friend who gave you her MJ doll. I don't know what an MJ doll is. I didn't play with dolls, really. When I was very little, I had some of these like old dolls that were my mom's. And then I got really bored with them really quickly. Justin, I think you know how I feel about Trump. I think he's vile in a flesh sack and horrific and vile and just terrible. Did I use the word put? I did not, PJ. I did not. Hi, John. Cabbage Patch Kids hurt when someone swings it at you. I got to be honest. I remember seeing Cabbage Patch Kids, but I don't, and I'm sure some of my friends had them, but I don't have a whole lot of, I don't have any Cabbage Patch Kid related memories. I remember seeing Cabbage Patch Kids on the news more than I saw them on real life because of the, the frenzy. Thanks, Stevie. Appreciate it. Where did I get my jewelry? Which one? Are you talking about this or are you talking about this? I think this is Lucky Brand. And what's funny is people constantly compliment me on this necklace and I appreciate it. Thank you. I liked it too, but it's actually super cheap. I'm pretty sure it's like a Lucky Brand thing that I got for like $15 on sale or something. Are you talking about these? Any of these? Okay. So this is an Alexander McQueen 2-finger ring. And it's made from a crushed chain link, but it's a very highly polished crushed chain link. So I don't know. Can you see the links there? And then this is fun. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, I am obsessed with the TV show, The Magicians. It was on Sci-Fi Channel and it was the best. And they canceled it and I was heartbroken. And I was confused when it got canceled. I wasn't sure it was canceled. So I looked on the internet and I ended up like joining some kind of what I thought was like basically a support group for people who were fans of the TV show Magicians. And then they started, it turned out to have all these Canadians in it. and they started selling props from the TV show. So in my grief, I started buying props from the TV show. And that's what this is. This is a ring that was worn by a character on the TV show, The Magicians, who was actually a guest character. And the actress was the same actress from, oh, why am I blanking on it now? David Lynch's TV show from the 80s. Brain's not working. Oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Everybody knows it, right? Who killed Laura? Like, Twin Peaks. There you go. Yeah, so she was played by the actress from Twin Peaks. So actress from Twin Peaks wore this ring before me. I hope that covers all the jewelry you were asking about, Justine. I got this one at Saks Fifth Avenue. This is like some cheapie that I got. I honestly don't know where it came from. I think I ordered it off the internet from like Rue La La or something a long time ago. Jim, you know what? I can't even joke about it anymore. It's too soon. Tell me a joke about it next year. I hope, maybe. Thanks, Alex. I love you. I wish I'd seen you on Halloween. I just didn't have it in me. I was so tired. But the show looked awesome, and I'm so glad you went. And honestly, I really wish that people from IE would call a bitch when they're in town, right? Can we get some kind of a, I don't know, phone tree going on that's like IE in town, regulators mount up? Because I would love to have that. Dan, actually, adults playing with Legos is not unusual anymore. It's like a whole thing. They have Lego tournaments for grown-ass people. Okay, slow down, Tracy. Habaneros, but there are some great habanero hot sauces out there. You just have to be very careful with them. But I've even had ghost pepper hot sauces that, as long as you're careful with them, they're delicious. They add a lot of flavor. You know, there's some hot sauces that are out there just looking to make you explode, and that's not what I want. I want flavor plus heat. Oh, Justine, Michael Jackson dolls? That was a thing? Oh, I never had a Michael Jackson doll. I did have a Donny Osmond. One year in the 70s, every kid on my block got a Donny and Marie doll. The Donny Osmond and the Marie Osmond dolls, and they were in these purple satin outfits. I just got Donny. Probably the reason I quit playing with dolls altogether. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with Donny? Everybody's got Donny and Marie, and I just got Donny. Thank you, Barry. It is my 52nd. Starting tomorrow, I will begin telling people that I'm 53, so that by the time I actually turn 53, it won't be a big deal. Red, you still have all those cassettes? I have cassettes, actually. I've got to find them. They're in the garage somewhere. I've got a pile of Ramones bootleg cassettes that I traded off a guy back in the 90s. I got to transfer those to digital somehow. Well, I got to find them first. Let's see. Marlon, you thought Garbage Pail Kids were crazy? I feel like they never ran out of Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, well, there you go, Justine. You got the whole rundown. No, it's not a mood ring. It's just a gray, like stone, like moonstony looking thing. But I don't even think it's a real stone. I think it's like a resin. I think I might be able to find let me see if I can find the actress. Twin Peaks cast. Sherilyn Fenn. That's her name. So Sherilyn Fenn wore that ring. Sherilyn Fenn. The Magicians. Okay, maybe I need images. Okay. Come on. Come on. How do I get to that page? Oh, it's a Reddit. Okay. Let me see if I can find a better one. Why is the internet trying to annoy me today? There we go. Okay, so this is Sherilyn Fenn from Twin Peaks when she was in The Magicians, right? There's my ring. I know it's so hard to see, right? Between that photo. But yes, that's my ring. I do have better photos somewhere from the whole thing, but yeah. Oh, sorry, hang on. It's the late, great Ronnie James Dio and Holy Diver on 1077 The Bone. I'm Nikki Blakk, and I host the Bone Metal Zone Saturday nights at 11 o'clock, part of our new Saturday night lineup. If you haven't already, download the Bone app so that you can listen to the Metal Zone and all of our cool Saturday night programming wherever you are. Because people keep telling me, oh my gosh, I'm never in the car when that happens. You don't have to be, man. You just have to have your phone with you, which we know is pretty much all the time, right? So download the Bone app. Catch Sammy's Top Rock Countdown at 7. Bone Breakers, our new music program, at 9. Soundwaves FM, the best of the Bay Area music scene, at 10. And at 11, the Bone Metal Zone. Okay. All right. We are going late, and I have got to... Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Barbie is David Bowie. Tracy, I tried to buy that Bowie Barbie when it came out. Even though I don't like dolls, I was like, Bowie Barbie? Yes, I need that. And it sold out. Well, there might be some magic, there might not be. I don't know. But it is pretty fucking cool, right? Like, it already looks cool as a ring, but like once you hear the story behind it, you're like, oh. Especially if you find somebody else who loves the TV show The Magicians, then they're like, I get you. And if anybody hasn't seen the TV show The Magicians, it's on Netflix. You can catch up on it now. There's like 4 or 5 seasons of awesome. In my head, I'm still just waiting for a new season to come out. Thanks, Rodney. Oh, Justine, did you have the Donnie and Marie as well? Thanks, Justin. Still 52 right now. Not working on 53 till tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Red. People buy toys all the time for the investment, which seems ridiculous to me, but whatever. Because here's the thing, right? Like, as someone who went to Comic-Con regularly and even participated in the exclusive frenzy to the point where I was getting my nephews some exclusive toys just because, why not? I think it's really difficult now to predict what it is you need to preserve for it to have the value. And then you have to preserve it for like years and years and years. And then you have to find the right market for it. And honestly, at that point, it's just too much fucking trouble. Like the ROI just ain't there. Speaking of Ghost, nobody was speaking of Ghost, but Ghost Peppers. Yeah, we all polished off some booze on election night, man. And that's why we went to bed early and just could not deal. Wait, what? People buy Legos now for the investment, and I don't think Legos always go up in value, but whatever. I gave them to my nephews. They can do whatever they want. Justine, she's still pretty. Oh, Christina, we all look good. I don't care what anybody says. Thunder Wolf, holy shit, what is up, dude? Where you been? How's things going at the pot shop? Or are you gone from there now? I remember some shit was going down last time we talked to you, and it was like, Stevie, you had the Evil Knievel doll. Adorable. Oh, you weren't listening, Justine? Yeah, I just played Slow Ride like a moment ago. Thanks, Byron. Oh, yeah, I've gone to Comic-Con. Well, I didn't go to Comic-Con, obviously, during the pandemic, and then I skipped, like, the first year after the pandemic, but I went, like, for, like, 3 years before the pandemic and the 2 years since the pandemic, and I'll probably go again this year if I can squeeze it in with the vacation days. You just bought Rick's sheriff car from The Walking Dead and put it in the closet? Oh, as a Lego set? Is that what you're talking about, Rodney? I mean, okay. You know what, Justine? I do not. I could announce caller 10 on the air. It's not a policy that we don't. But here's my thought, right? Whenever we stop the music, people just automatically turn the station. That's just a fact, right? There's research behind it. It proves that like a certain number of people, the minute the music stops and they hear somebody talking, whether it's a commercial or a DJ, they flip the station, right? So when that happens, if that person has a Nielsen meter, it'll affect the ratings. So we try very hard to make sure that whatever it is we're saying on the air is compelling to the point where people won't turn away. And we try not to stop the music whenever possible. Don't you stop it. Don't you stop. Don't stop the music. You know that song. Anyway, so the goal is to never stop the music. And if you do stop the music, to say something that is very interesting, like how you can win a prize, what the prize is that you can win, stuff like that. Now, if I come back on the air and I say, John from San Jose just won Metallica tickets. Congratulations, John. Blah, blah, blah. You're not John, right? You don't know John. Why are you going to care about John winning Metallica tickets? If it wasn't you, right? And to me, that's just too much of a risk that somebody will change the station, hearing about somebody winning tickets that wasn't them. So that's why I don't. Everybody else, I don't know what their thing is, but I feel like if I'm talking to everyone, I want to say stuff that's going to be interesting to everyone. And I don't think that, congratulations, John from San Jose, on winning those Metallica tickets is going to interest everyone. Thunder, you went to Legoland in Kansas City as a kid? Aw. I've been to the Lego store at Comic-Con every year. It's very cool. And it's super crowded. Legos are more popular than ever, it seems like. Lincoln Logs. I used to dig those when I was a kid. We had them in preschool, but then I didn't have them after that. You're not working there now, but you're still friends with the people that work there. So you still get the employee discount, right? They hook you up. You finally pieced together an early 80s Voltron. Amazing, Red. If you have a chance to watch my interview with the guys in Butterside, I actually make the joke about how there's 5 of us and together we make one super robot, and no one had any idea what I was talking about, and it was embarrassing. Like they didn't even get it as a Deadpool reference, right? Because it's also a Deadpool reference, but oh well. Hey, Chip, thank you. Jacob, you had a Pink Panther doll? And then it went missing. And you didn't find it as though you were Inspector Clouseau? Oh, Justine, I think you're the only one with the stream issues. I haven't heard anything from anyone else. A car in a box, die-cast metal. Oh, like a Matchbox car type of thing. Yeah. Oh God, one of my baby. Well, he was my baby nephew. Now he's my gonna be 5 nephew. Ooh, shit. I need to find some Matchboxes. He's obsessed with Matchbox cars. They are his favorite thing ever, and it is kind of crazy. People get hella jelly, right? I didn't care about Toy Story when it came out. I thought I was like, okay, it's cute, whatever. But Jesus, it has really permeated the culture. Tinker Toys, Robert, what up with the Tinker Toys? I had Tinker Toys; those were badass. All right, this is a Tickle Me Elmo. Yeah, that's way outside my purview of toydom. All right, guys, I got to dip. Thank you, everybody. I am not here tomorrow because it's Friday. There's way too much going on. I don't think I'm going to be able to do these on Fridays ever, unless it's a special occasion. But I am going to be shooting for Monday through Thursday. And I think I'm going to be doing them later. Like, I wanted to do them around 4:30, but honestly, like, we'll see. And I wanted to be done with them way before now. So I'm going to try and shift the time, but I will definitely be here next week. And thanks for stopping by, everybody. Appreciates it. Thanks, Red.